What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Excuse me, guys. I gotta find my notes again. I can't remember what page I put that on. Alright, I'm gonna do something different because I'm ill prepared still. I played last night up early this morning. What is that? Oh, it's my new tool. We are gonna go over the Cowboys roster and say where are we strong, or where I think we're strong, and where I think we need significant upgrades in the draft and a youth movement. So let's start at quarterback. Agree, disagree, whatever. Doesn't matter much. If you go into this season with Dak Prescott and Will Grier out of West Virginia, the former West Virginia and Carolina Panther, you're going to have worse or the same results as last year. And that may be not only the only one to tell you. Will Grier and Dak Prescott are the best quarterback combination ever, said no one ever. Prescott's really good, but he goes down and he keeps going down more and more. Do you really want Will Grier commanding this team? Shaky offensive line that's not quite there yet, and now you lost Zach Martin. Yeah. So what I would do is get rid of Will Grier. I'd find a young guy somewhere else, not the Patriots. I'm not trading for him because by the time Dak Prescott's contract's up, he'll be 28. I'm drafting a quarterback in round 2 or later, preferably round 3 or 4. And if they don't match up in the next couple years or so, you draft another one. Not a big deal. And I would go after C.J. Beathard. He's a Cooper Rush type quarterback. He's still available as far as I know. I would bring him in. You're going to get him cheaper because it's almost the end of free agency where you're getting the veteran minimums and the lower end deals. Scoop him up. He's younger than Cooper Rush. He might be a little bit older. I can't remember. He might be older than Cooper Rush. But still, he's about the same as Cooper Rush. That's my comparison. Maybe a little bit better because Cooper Rush was not drafted. Bring him in, put him behind Dak, draft a guy, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, whoever you want to draft. Jalen Milroe if he's available, Quinn Ewers, Will Howard would be awesome. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would love that pick in the 3rd round, even in the 2nd round. He could be your next quarterback. Running back, you got Malik Davis, unproven. Hunter Lupke, who's more of a fullback running back that hasn't been used enough. Miles Sanders is pretty good. Javonte Williams is good. He's pretty proven. Deuce Vaughn, who I thought was going to be a superstar and just hasn't materialized. So, obviously, we're going to be drafting a running back. Preferably Ashton Genty in the 1st round. But I don't think that's going to happen. And that's why I like Tyler Warren. Get a big-time weapon that can be your future quarterback's weapon. In his 2nd contract, he'll be not even in his mid-20s. Barely in his mid-20s. So when your new quarterback comes along, he's ready to go. you can hit the ground running. You'll still probably have CeeDee Lamb and maybe Jonathan Mingo, and who knows what receivers we draft this year. That's my thought here. But a running back sometime in the draft, second, third, there's a lot of good running backs. So we'll do some comparisons and some stats on the guys that I like. But we need a running back in the draft. Doesn't have to be first. Everybody, including myself, would prefer Ashton Genty, the Emmitt Smith comparisons, all that. Boise State, we love our Boise State guys for some reason. If Kellen Moore is here, I would just have him pegged, just Boise State. But anyway, I really don't think that's going to happen. I think there's other teams interested in him. They're going to jump us and do like they've done to us in years past. However, there's other great quality running backs. The Ohio State kid, the North Carolina kid, the Iowa kid. There's plenty of them in this draft. So I'm not concerned. No matter where we get a running back, get a young guy that can compete. And when one of these guys, if you sign Miles Sanders long term or Javonte Williams or Malik Davis or whoever, you got a guy behind him. You know? So, with that being said, not bad at that position. We're okay. We're better than we were last year. So we'll say better. Receiver, Jalen Brooks hasn't proven anything. Dropped a lot of balls. Paris Campbell is okay. Good number 3, maybe number 2, but probably not. Ryan Flournoy has some potential. Possibly your number 2. Kelvin Harmon, I don't see it at 28 years old. CeeDee Lamb's your number 1, obviously. He's only 25. Jonathan Mingo, potential's there. Jalen Monroe Cropper, loved him. Maybe he breaks out. Maybe he doesn't. Jalen Tolbert, yet to see it. Yet to see it. Saw a little more last year, but I need to see a lot more before I give him any money. Kevontae Turpin, you know what he is, so don't even go there. Seth Williams is a guy. So I'm drafting a receiver. Probably around that. There's a lot of good receivers in this draft. I could go third or beyond. I don't need to draft one to first or second. I can go third and beyond and get a good receiver that can be my number 2. And maybe even a potential number 1 down the road. There's plenty of them. And a lot of speedsters. So I'm not worried about receiving first or second necessarily. Yeah. Especially with trades possibilities and everything else. You never know. Tight end, Princeton Fant. I'm out. I haven't seen enough from him. Jake Ferguson, I know what he can be. Didn't see it last year. Got to step it up. Luke Schoonmaker has been better than what I thought, but need more. Brevin Spanford, didn't see nothing. And John Stephen Jones, they listed him as receiver, now a tight end, and then receiver. What is he? Who do you think he is? Kyle Pitts? I haven't seen anything. He's been hurt too much. So maybe they transition him to wide receiver. I don't know. Tight end, I'd go Tyler Warren or one of those guys. I'll give you a list. I'd go tight end. I'd grab one because I'm not sure. Love Ferguson. Potential's been there, but we've been waiting. And it hasn't quite materialized. Offensive line. Brock Hoffman. Jack Anderson is okay. He's good. Maybe he can be your Zach Martin replacement. He's pretty good. TJ Bass is pretty good. Cooper Beebe is really good. Robert Jones is okay. Tyler Smith is really good. Earl Bosick Jr. is a guy. Tyler Guyton, great potential. Akeem Richards, more of a guard than a tackle. I'd kick him in guard and try him. Dakota Shepley is a good backup swing guy. Terrence Steele is a good right tackle, but getting older. Matt Waletzko, haven't seen enough of him, but maybe. He's only 25. Nathan Thomas is a guy, practice squad guy. He should really be guard. Try him out of guard. But he's probably practice squad. So, yeah, offensive lineman, if we got at least 2 and then some undrafted free agents, I'd be okay with that. We need at least 2. A guard and probably a tackle. Really, a center and a tackle. Defense. Ernest Brown, the 6th. No thanks. Backup at best. Marshawn Nealon got hurt, but was showing potential. He's a good guy. He's a guy. Solomon Thomas is older, but he's good enough for now. Peyton Turner, you don't know, but he's only 26. Big dude, pretty fast still. Potential. Louis Villain. No, he's a guy. Tyrus Wheat, probably just a guy. Sam Williams, potential, but keeps getting hurt. Or in trouble, so I can't depend on him. So I'm drafting at least 1 pass rusher, probably 2. And I'll tell you the guys I like and I would draft. Love to get 1 in the 2nd round at least, or 3rd. But I'd be okay with 1 to 3rd, 1 to 5th, 1 to 3rd, 1 to 6th. But the first one can't be no later than the 3rd for me. This is a premium position. We need to give Micah some help. Because right now he really doesn't have any. You can't depend on any of these guys to be the other guy, opposite, to take some pressure off and let him cook. You just can't. Sam Williams, yeah, the potential's there, but hurt all last year. Coming off injury. You don't know what he's going to be. Look at Trayvon Diggs. Love him. Another injury, major injuries. What's going to happen with him? Defensive tackle. Yes, please. Gadosa Odigazua. That's great. Justin Rogers got some potential. Young guy. Denzel Dixon, maybe. Mozzie Smith, still waiting for it to show. So I feel like we need another 1 technique and a 3 technique. Really, I'd go 1. Just because I don't trust Mozzie Smith. Sorry. That was our Taco Charlton again. I don't know why we did that. When there was better players available than that guy. Drives me nuts. Linebacker is we need linebacker help like nobody's business. We're better than last year, but not by much. Damon Clark, if he doesn't get injured, yes, that's a guy. Dante Fowler Jr. is a guy, but he's old. Darius Harris is a guy. Buddy Johnson is okay. Maurice Lafu, good, but not great. Brock Magnuson, another guy. Kenneth Murray, he's pretty good. He's decent. Better than what we had. DeMarvin Overshown, if he stays healthy, is going to be great. Micah Parsons, obviously. Jack Sanborn, that's a guy that I can believe in. But I need 1 or 2 more young guys. I got to have 1 or 2 more. Stuntsman would be a great fit, but I need at least 1, if not 2. Corner. Luck Baku. No. Deron Bland, yes, he's a dog. You know he's a guy. Andrew Booth Jr., I think he is, but I haven't seen it. Josh Butler is good. Good enough to be backup and fill in. Kalen Carson, I think he can be a guy. Trayvon Diggs, we know he can be a guy. Got to stay healthy. Khalil Elam has the potential. I need to see it very quickly. C.J. Goodwin, we know what he is. Mon Hall and Troy Pride Jr., you know what they are. Nickel and backup. So we need at least 1 corner, if not 2. We need a corner, and we need a... Why the hell can I think he's one of our best nickel corners like ever out of Michigan? Why the f is his name escaping me? The guy that went to Jacksonville. Watch me think of it. It popped my head as soon as I get off here. Because I'm that stupid. Oh my God. I cannot think. It is too much on the brain, I guess. We need a nickel corner like nobody's business because we don't have anybody to replace who we just lost. Safety, Marquise Bell is good. Malik Hooker starting to get up there, but he's still pretty good. Israel Makwamu could be a guy. That could be the replacement for your nickel corner. Wanye Thomas is good. Donovan Wilson is just about done. So we need at least one safety, if not two. Kicker, we're good. Punter, we're good. And long snapper, we're good. So if I had to give the roster a grade right now, probably a C+ overall. Not a lot of depth. A lot of positions with a lot left to be desired. We have no A+ position. If Dak is always healthy, it could be our A+. He's not. Running back is definitely not an A. It's overall C+, B- at best. I'll give you that. How's that? C+, B- overall. There's some positions we're great at the starter, and behind them, dust in the wind. So we need to fix that. And the offensive line is still shaky. It's not the offensive line. It is not Tyron Smith, Ronald Leary, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, and Doug Free. It's not that offensive line. And clearly, it's not that offensive line. It's not La'el Collins either. Those guys are not there. It's not Tyler Biadasz. He's not here anymore. He's in Washington. So y'all dogged on him. You miss him now, don't you? Now, BB can be the guy, maybe, but he might end up being a guard. We need a center, like nobody's business. And I'd get another tackle and a guard. I might go 3 offensive linemen. But I feel like we need a tight end. Ferguson is great when he's on. But when he's cold, he's ice cold. He got ice box where that heart used to be. I mean, that's just the truth. And the others, I haven't seen nothing. Schoonmaker's good, but he's not that guy. He's not a Jason Witten. He's not a Travis Kelce. He's not a Dallas Goedert. He's not a Tyler Higbee. He's not that guy. He's just not. He's not anything close to what the Packers have. They got 2 of them. Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave. Oh my, I would have been nice to have one of them along with Jake Ferguson, but oh well. Yeah, I would get Tyler Warren. That is my first round pick. I'm telling you, I'm in love with that guy. That would be freaking awesome. You want to fire up this offense and shoot it out of the gun quick. You need 2 guys minimum to cover him. So that takes pressure off Lamb, Tolbert, the running backs, frees a lot of people up, maybe even Ferguson. Put him and Ferguson on the field, frees Ferguson up. Just saying. Can fix a lot of problems. He's a great blocker, and he's a great runner, great athlete, and just great at coming down with the ball. He is the man. He is our next